Hello everyone, welcome to the morning podcast. Now let's see how the market have done in the yesterday's trade. The Sensex has gained 0.08%, settling at 80,049, while the Nifty closed in at 0.06% positive, settling in at 24,302. Nifty Midcap 100 gained 0.58%, while Small Cap 100 gained 0.49%. Now let's look at the gainers and losers of Nifty 50. The gainers are Tata Motors, HCL Tech, Sun Pharma, Infosys, ONGC, Coal India, while the losers are HDFC Bank, Bajaj Finance, Adani Enterprise, Wipro, BPCL, Britannia. Now let's look at the sector-wise performance. BSC Healthcare has gained the highest at 1.17%, followed by BSC IT at 1.12%, BSC Auto at 0.88%, Telecommunications at 0.73%. The highest loser were BSC Consumer Durable at 0.22% negative, followed by BSC FMCG at 0.15% negative. Now let's look at the market breadth. 2185 stocks have advanced, while 1742 stocks have declined. Now let's look at the 52-week high and low. 234 stocks have scaled 52-week high, like Apar Industries, Bharat Dynamics, Cochin Shipyard, Granules, JSW Infra, Persistent and Trend, while 8 stocks are trading at 52-week low. Now let's look at the fund flow data. FII, where the net buyers to the tune of 2576 crore, while the DII, where the net sellers to the tune of 2375 crore. The US market remained shut on Thursday for Independence Day. The investors await for non-pharma payroll data to be published later today. The Asian market are currently trading on a mixed note. We expect a negative opening for our market today. Now let's look at the stocks that are in focus. HDFC Bank, the gross advances fell 0.8% on a quarter-on-quarter basis to rupees 25 trillion, while the deposit has remained flat on a quarter-on-quarter basis. It has reported a slightly muted set of numbers, negative for HDFC Bank in the short term. Raymond, the company has approved the demerger of its real estate arm Raymond Realty, subject to approval of shareholders and regulators. The company will issue 6.65 crore shares of Raymond Realty, having a face value of rupees 10 per share. This remained positive for the company. Poonawalla FinCorp has reported a strong set of numbers. The AUM grew 52%, while the disbursement growth stood at 5% on a yearly basis. It has reported a very strong set of numbers. IDBI Bank, the company's total business was up 15%, while deposit was up 13% on a yearly basis. The CASA deposit grew 5% on a YOY basis. This remained positive for IDBI Bank. BNB, the company's domestic advances were up 12% on a YOY basis to rupees 9.89 trillion, while domestic grew at 8.1% on a YOY basis to 13.7 trillion. This remained positive for PNB. ESAP Small Finance Bank, the company has reported a strong set of numbers. The advances have grown 30% on a YOY basis, while the deposit has grown 33% on a yearly basis. The CASA stood at 23.59% against 18% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. It has reported a strong set of numbers. And VNL, the company signed a MOU with Delhi Metro Rail Corp for participation in upcoming project in India and abroad. This remained positive for RVNL. UCO has reported its business update for 1Q FY25. The business grew by 11.5% on a yearly basis. Advances grew by 17.8%. Deposit grew by 7.4%. This remained positive for UCO Bank. RBL Bank, the total deposit went up by 18% on a YOY basis to 1.01 trillion, while the advances were up 18% to rupees 88,455 crore. The CASA stood at 32% against a CASA of 35% reported in the previous quarter. It has reported a healthy set of numbers. Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, the advance growth stood at 19% to rupees 30,091 crore, while the deposit stood at 22% growth on a yearly basis to 32,500 crore. The CASA stood at 25.6% versus a CASA of 26.5% in the previous quarter. It has reported a healthy set of numbers. Lloyd Metal Energy, the company has set a QIP with a price of 732 per share. This remained positive for Lloyd. Ircon International, the company's JV, received a 750 crore order from RVNL for installation of track in Uttarakhand. This remained positive for Ircon. Solar Industry, it acquires 73.99 stake in South Africa Problast BS. This remained positive in the long term. Life Insurance Corporation, the company acquired a 2.48% additional stake in IDFC First for 1500 crore. This remained positive for IDFC First Bank. Mahindra Life Developers. The company was selected as a preferred partner for redevelopment of 7 residential society in Mumbai. The project was estimated GDV of 1800 crore. This remained positive for Mahindra Life Space. Now let's look at the IPO offering. MQ Pharmaceutical, the public issue was subscribed at 4.98 times on day 2. Bansal Wire Industries, the public issue was subscribed 5.73 times on day 2. Now let's look at the block deals. Godrej Consumer Product, Godrej Seed and Genetic bought 30.57 lakh shares, while BNG Successor Trust, HNG Family Trust and SNG Successor Trust collectively sold 30.57 lakh shares at rupees 1367 per share. Now let's look at the bulk deals. Restaurant brand Asia HDFC Mutual Fund bought 45.5 lakh shares at 110.46 per share. Signity Technology Coforge bought 30.21 lakh shares at 1412.25 per share. Ashika Credit Capital sold 1.99 lakh shares at 1395.07 per share. Cupid Minerva Ventures Fund sold 15 lakhs shares at 87.64 per share. Now let's look at the corporate action. Today is the ex-record dividend for Mahindra & Mahindra, Redington, Thermax, Piramal Enterprise, Nuclear Software Export, Navin Fluorine, International, Biocon, Bharat Forge, Balkrishna Industries, AstraZeneca, Pharma, Apollo Tyres, Allsec Technology, 3M India, Welspun Enterprise, Escort Kubota, Sundaram Finance. That's it for today. You can refer to our detailed morning note for details of corporate action. Thank you for listening.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.